Hello YouTube, I've got another 3v3 ranked team game here with the teams being Tryndamere, Vladimir, Lee Sin versus Rooble, Master Yi, and Amumu. So it looks like Tryndamere's going to be playing around in the jungle a little bit more. He is running that smite, and that's relevant for taking on the mainly for this this buff here. I always forget his name, the spider. Dreadmaw, I think that's what it is. Anyway, so let's get this commentary started. So let's see what everybody's running on their rune pages. Tryndamere running lots of armor pens, so we're seeing an AD Trynd here, which is fairly standard. Vladimir running spell pen, nothing too out of the ordinary there. Nothing too crazy on the armors and resists or anything like that. And Lee Sin here for blue team is running armor pen. No, not too much spell pen, no cooldown reduction. So probably 21-9 or 9-21, something to that extent. So now a quick look at the purple team. Rooble is running lots of magic pen with a fair amount of cooldown reduction for level 1. He does have lifesteal and spell vamp, so he does have a fair amount in that utility tree. So he's probably going 9-0-21 or maybe some hybrid, I'm not quite sure. And we might see some action here. We'll get this done really quick. It looks like Yi is going AD, and Amumu is going magic, so 9-21 is what I'd expect from that. So that's a quick overview of what everybody's building, and it looks like we're seeing blue take a very aggressive stance here, trying to control this jungle very early, or control these shrines relatively early. Nope, Tryndamere revealed himself, and I don't think we'll see a level 1. To be perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure Tryndamere Lee Sin is a much better level 1 than the Amumu Rooble. Like Vladimir, he's not super exciting at level 1. So it looks like he's going for the harassment in the jungle. But I doubt we'll see too much action here. Nope, looks like he's just going to take those wolves and then head back towards his side, try and rob a little bit of farm there from Amumu, since Amumu does like to get those, like the camps respawn fairly quickly, so it's not a big deal. And it looks like we're seeing Rooble try and do a little bit of play here on the Tryndamere. Tryndamere might get caught, but here comes the Rooble gank at top lane, trying to catch this Vladimir a little out of position. He's taking quite a bit of damage, but I don't think we're going to see first blood here. Nope, no way. Now, if he had turned and done a little bit of damage to that Tryndamere, that might have done something. But the one thing to note here is with Rooble leaving the lane like that early, he's going to be at a level disadvantage with... oh, snap. I'm sorry. Apparently, Master Yi manages to pick up the kill. Vladimir trying to come back to the lane, get a little bit of sustain, and just gets caught by an Alpha Strike, it looks like. Yep, just Alpha Strikes right to him, does quite a bit of damage, and gets that double strike. Yeesh. Lots of damage there. Just a little misplay there by that Vladimir, so that's a little sad. And it looks like Lee Sin's trying to do what he can here to deny this farm, but the Master Yi is coming down. There's the Alpha Strike, there's the damage, but there's the slow. Rooble flashes to keep up the exhaust, and the Ignite picks up the kill. So nice little play there, and we've got two kills so far for this purple team. So that's pretty significant, and it looks like purple team is going to get their first altar here with the Amumu going back, and it looks like they're going to get the second one too. That's really rough. Like I've said before, I'm not sure if you guys have seen too many 3v3s or played too much in them, but getting that second altar is super relevant because that denies that bonus gold from getting CS for the opponent's team. Plus, you do get that bonus to AD and AP, but that's nowhere near as relevant. But at least at this early point in the game, the 10% bonus to AD and AP, not crazy relevant. But it's really bad that the gold is super relevant. But as you can see, they have this buff here. It also gives bonus mana regen. So, and it looks like Rumble's doing a really nice job here. As far as farm goes, the Lee Sin is a little bit ahead of the Rooble. Amumu's going to be versus the Tryndamere. And oh, we got a small engage going on here. It looks like Tryndamere is going to get picked up. He doesn't quite have enough for that ultimate, and Purple's just doing a really good job of coordinating their assaults here right now. Blue team, it seems like they don't quite have the strategies and plays down quite as much. But it looks like Lee Sin's trying to do a little pressure here on the Master Yi, but it looks like he's going to get away just fine. So as far as items going, it looks like Amumu going for those quick double Doran's rings with the crystalline gives him quite a bit of sustain and actually a fair amount of early damage. So it looks like we might be seeing a little bit more of an AP Amumu. And with Master Yi getting that Grez's Spectral Lantern, he's going to have very good lane clearing capabilities with his Alpha Strike and that. And it looks like he manages to Alpha Strike once again to this Vladimir, and Vladimir is just getting zoned kind of hard right now. And we're going to back it up because apparently I'm bad at catching all of this. And it looks like Rooble just does crazy amounts of sustained damage. Oh, that's what he did. He went into his overheat and then picks up the kill with that that flame spitter. So nice little play there by the Rooble. Lee Sin underestimating the damage there from that. And it looks like Tryndamere is going to be able to take back at least the one altar, so that provides his team with a little bit, but there is already almost a 2k gold disadvantage for blue team. And, oh, so close. Vladimir is so low. He should head back. Like, there's not much going on there. And Tryndamere trying to take a little bit of lane farm, but here comes the Rooble and the Master Yi. They're going to be doing a considerable amount of damage to him, if not picking up this kill. There's the heal, but he's going to go down, and Tryndamere just gets melted under the force of Master Yi and Rooble. So really well coordinated play from this purple team here so far, even though the blue team is the high elo players. Like, it's got Martel I don't recognize, but it's got Onemadbrad here, and I think the Tryndamere is a relatively high elo. So we got a nice little 3-man push here at this top turret, and I think that's going to be the first turret. And this is starting to look a little bad here for the blue team, because now we're up to 3k gold advantage, and across 3 people, that's very significant. So very significant. That means 1,000 gold for each of them. But I think a lot of that gold is on that Yi, just because he has been picking up a lot of those kills. So. And it looks like we're going to see Rooble and Lee Sin doing a little bit of damage. Rooble manages to almost get away there with the shield, and Lee Sin doing some really nice jukes there, and I think he's going to get away. Rooble just overestimating the amount of damage that he can do. Lee Sin, what are you doing? Stop it. Back away. Nice kick to disengage there. I think he was hoping that Master Yi would head back, but unfortunately that wasn't the case there. So he didn't get the second kill there, but he did a good job of picking up that one kill on the Rooble. So we got a little bit of a foothold here for this blue team now to try and make a comeback here, but we'll see how it goes. Amumu gets stronger the later the game goes. ADE, since they don't really have hard CC, like they've got a slow, but that doesn't affect Master Yi. Like, they don't have a stun for Master Yi, and that is going to be super relevant, because that's the main problem with ADE, is if he gets stunned or locked down really hardcore, it's just rough. And meanwhile, on the other hand, they have the Amumu ult for the Tryndamere and the Amumu stun, and they've got a fair amount of CC with the Amumu, and then they've got the slows from the Rooble. And Tryndamere is not immune to slows. He can take a buttload of damage and deal out a buttload of damage, but and Master Yi is going to pick up yet another kill there with the Alpha Strike. What is going on here? This Master Yi is spiraling way out of control. Way out of control. Getting tons of attack speed this early. 156, and he Alpha Strikes to the Vladimir, just doing tons of damage. Meanwhile, at bottom lane, Rooble and Lee Sin duking it out, and there's the Ignite there on the Vladimir, but I don't think it's going to be enough to pick him up, and we're going to back it up just so we can see the engagement a little bit better at this bottom. So Lee Sin shielding to one of the minions, cutting the distance, doing quite a bit of damage to this Rooble, forcing the flash away, and now this Lee Sin takes so much damage from the minions. Rooble drops the ult and just burns him. Burns him. And some people just want to watch the world burn. Apparently, people are now yordles. Fun fact. So, as far as items go, we've got Vladimir going for that pretty standard Hextech Revolver. Getting that additional spell vamp is pretty key on him, just because it allows him to have that much more sustain. Lee Sin looks like he's going for a Bilgewater Cutlass, even though I think you've got the Van Dam's Pillager that also builds into, but I can't remember. He's probably just going for Blade of the Rune King. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember all the build types for all these special items. I know that Zhonya's is probably going to be a must for this Rooble. And by Zhonya's, I mean Riglet's, what is it, Woglet's Spell Cap? Where it's essentially like the old Zhonya's Ring. because that item is stupid good. Stupid good. So Lee Sin doing a good job clearing, and here comes the Amumu. He misses the bandage toss, and now now Master Yi is keeping up with him with the ult. Amumu whiffs that ult there, unfortunately, because of that pool. And there's the exhaust, but here comes the Tryndamere. Let's see if the Tryndamere can stop this Master Yi, and it looks like he can. It looks like he tried to juking all over the place here. Well done by this Master Yi, but I think he's going to go down. There's the Rumble ult to try and save him. We still got a spin here. It's going to be back up in like 1 second. He tries to juke it, but unfortunately goes down. And that's going to be a nice shutdown kill there for the Tryndamere. Amumu coming in from behind, but he is a little bit out of position. There's the Ignite. It's going to bring him pretty low. Lee Sin misses the Sonic Wave, though, so he's not going to be able to pick up that kill. And Rumble's doing what he can to allow this Amumu to escape. So, nice little play there by Blue Team, starting to find their little groove a little bit here, and they've cut this gold disadvantage down to 1.5k in Purple Team's favor, and they did manage to pick up that one shrine there. So, and they should be able to pick up their shrine fairly readily. But yeah, Blue Team, they still have a chance here. Tryndamere is a very strong carry at late game, and Vladimir gets stronger the longer the game goes as well. So we actually have quite a few end game. Rumble, I would say his forte is at the mid game. I feel like he falls off a little bit. He's definitely a lane bully. Whoop, sorry about that. My phone is off the hook apparently. Off the hook. And yeah, just Rumble, he has that very good mid game capabilities, but he doesn't but he doesn't really carry super well at the end game. He does all right, but just compared to, he doesn't have the crazy mobility of Lee Sin. Oh my gosh, this Lee Sin is probably dead. Nice little kick there, and we'll see the chase is on. There is the Rumble ult. He tries to Sonic Wave over the wall, but unfortunately there's no minions there for him to Sonic what is the follow-up called? I forget. Resonating Strike. There was nobody for him to Resonating Strike to there, because that minion camp had been cleared. So, womp womp. Lee Sin goes down. And that gold advantage is still roughly about 2k in Purple Team's favor. And that's the one benefit, is Blue Team is doing a really good job farming. Amumu's starting to fall a little bit behind here in terms of his farm. But we'll see. It looks like Amumu's playing a little bit more of support tankiness. So, and yeah, well, this game has some potential to be a really well fought battle, just because the main reason why Purple has this advantage is Master Yi has gotten some pretty early kills. This Vladimir has just not been playing up to par right now, and they managed to get that early turret, so that's a nice little advantage for them early game. But I don't think it's going to. We'll see. It's really hard to gauge how this is going to play out, because Tryndamere, he can be an incredible force to be reckoned with, and Vladimir, if he lands good ults, can be incredibly destructive. And Lee Sin's just one of these hoppy. He reminds me of Riven. He's just incredible mobility, has decent damage, and just can be super incredibly tanky there with his shield and the spell and the vamp that he gets from his W. His W is one of those very deceptively strong skills, in my opinion. But it looks like Blue Team is coming down towards this bottom. Looks like they're going to try for a 3-man push here, or they're going to go for this Rumble. Tryndamere starting the fight there, and this Rumble gets forced to flash away, but there's the Rumble ult, and down he goes. Onemadbrad manages to pick up the kill there, the Lee Sin. And now we've got two people from Blue Team. There is the Amumu ult, and that E just destroys the Lee Sin. And the Yi, is he going to be, he did manage to get the Ignite there on the Vladimir, but I think Vladimir's healing capability is going to be able to pick it up. But Amumu manages to pick up that Tryndamere. Amumu whiffs that bandage toss there that he attempted to throw at that Vladimir, but nice little foray there in the jungle that we had. I was hoping that Master Yi would also pick up the Vladimir, then that would have been a beautiful team fight, but the sustain there on that Vladimir was just a little bit too much to overcome that Master Yi's Ignite. So, and it looks like Rumble does have that Blackfire Torch, which is a very potent item on him on this map, just because it gives him so much bonus damage. I don't think it has the bonus effect where when they're slowed it does double. No, but it does provide massive cooldown reduction and a little bit more AP compared to the Leandry's Torment that you see in the regular Summoner's Rift. So So it is a very strong item, and in case you didn't know, Grez's Spectral Lantern is the replacement for Wriggle's Lantern. And here's the Master Yi coming in from the side, and he looks like he is going to try and dive, and manages to pick up that kill and push this wave out just a little bit here. But we do have a two-man push here for blue team, but they need to be very, very careful. That Master Yi is relatively low, but Rooble and Amumu have potent ult, even though Rumble did burn his ultimate there, but this Tryndamere looks to be in some serious trouble. Hopefully it's worth it. Vladimir should be able to get away because nobody checked that, and the Tryndamere just surrenders to his fate and goes down. Womp. So the gold advantage still is 2K in purple team's favor, but blue team is slowly trying to work their way against this, and I have faith that they'll make a comeback here. And it looks like Tryndamere is going a little bit of a hybrid, actually. Interesting. Weird. I've never seen a hybrid Tryndamere. That's very interesting. I guess it does provide him with a lot of sustain, and I know a hybrid has gotten very good. It's one of those things that a lot of people don't try, but it is there, and they did recently buff, not recently, at the beginning of Season 3, they did buff the hybrid runes, and Tryndamere messing with the slow there. But the reason why AP is relatively effective is the heal is so potent then with the AP. And oh my gosh, beautiful Rumble ult there. Going to manage to be able to allow that Master Yi of picking up that kill. Manages to Alpha Strike yet again, but he gets kicked away. The punt. And I think this Vladimir is going to go down regardless. This Master Yi is just doing what he can to keep up here. And down he goes. Woof. Woof. That damage. This Master Yi is so incredibly dangerous, and it looks like they're going to take this moment to kill the Vilema. And they should be able to do it. Splitting your team like this prevents the AoE damage. It's called Tank and Spank if you've ever played an MMO. Directing it away, Vilema. Sorry, I was thinking Dreadmaw. Anyway, purple team manages to control the second ult or two, and now they have very strong damage. Very, because they have that 10% bonus to AP, AD, and they've also got the buff there, which is mana, health regen, cooldown, and attack speed. The attack speed is very relevant on Master Yi, and the cooldown reduction is super relevant on Rumble and Amumu. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Rumble with capped cooldown reduction here. Yep, capped cooldown reduction with that Leanderies, the Blackfire Torch and that buff. It's just very good. And it looks like we've got lots of purple team getting Hextech sweepers here so that they can detect some of these stealth units a little bit more. And it does also provide that vision for the area. So it's actually a really good item. It's very useful when you're having these fights near brush because it's like the Ash Hawk shot. It allows you to have fights where you have vision where other people would where the other team would not. So it can be incredibly strong because abusing vision techniques is very potent. And it looks like we're going to see a very large engage here going down. And there it is. Oh, Vladimir dropping the ult and just doing incredible damage there. But Master Yi is so strong right now. He does get the Tryndamere does get exhausted. Amumu picks up a kill, and we just saw a purple team ace. There is the strength of that Vilema buff there, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a surrender here soon, but we're not even at that 20-minute point. I think we might see an inhib go down here. I guess it's only 18 seconds. I forget they don't stay dead nearly as long on here, but I think it's going to be 2 turrets that go down here. But they might decide to go back just after the one. Yeah, that's probably the wise decision, just because they could probably get 2 turrets, but they would also probably get aced in the process. So it looks like they're just going to ravage the jungle and then head back and buy, because they probably have a fair amount of gold now. Yep. Oh my gosh, look how fed that E is. 8 and almost 9k gold. Ugh. So fed. It looks like he's getting an IE next, and that will just allow him to do stupid amounts of damage. Stupid amounts of damage. And it looks like Amumu's just going full-fledged tank. This is a very unique Amumu build I've ever seen. I've never seen Warden's Mail into Ionian Boots of Lucidity. Like, yeah, I'm sure the more you ult with Amumu on this map, the better it is. And there is that Infinity Edge from that Master Yi, and he's just going to be so strong. Once he gets a Phantom Dancer here, or some sort of attack speed crit item, it's going to be very hard to shut him down. Like, they don't have a good stun for him, and he is just going to ravage their team. Nice Rumble ult there, doing tons of damage, and nice Vlad pool prevents that Master Yi from alpha striking and picking up 2 kills maybe there. So nice little play there, but the Rumble ult, they just in the last patch they recently reworked that Rumble ult, so it doesn't do nearly as much initial damage, so it's not really a really good long distance finisher now, but holy crap does it do incredible sustained damage if you stick in it. And that's what they always wanted it to be, but oh my gosh, it just does so much damage. And as far as items goes, it looks like Rumble is going to be going for that Woglets next. And that item is so good. And it looks like Lee Sin does have that Blade of the Rune King now, so he does have some pretty good sustained damage. Tryndamere going with that Phantom Dancer. I don't agree with his build. I just don't. He should have gone Hybrid Runes if he was going to go like this sort of hybrid spec. Even though like the only real AP damage is his spin. Like, that does magic damage, right? No, it's physical. That's weird. But it does have an AP coefficient, so I guess getting that magic pen doesn't do much for him. I don't agree with the Phantom Dancer into the Nashor's Tooth into Phantom Dancer, and now he's gonna get an IE. Like, that's weird. And I don't think it's efficient. I think it's expensive. It's just like, I understand him wanting the CDR and attack speed, and I guess Nashor's Tooth does that, but it's just I feel like he would have done better, but he does have incredible attack speed. I won't deny that. And then Purple Team's doing a really good job of sieging both turrets here. They're just keeping both lanes as pushed as possible. And now this Tryndamere, he doesn't have his ult up for another 30 seconds, so he can't really sit in here and defend all by his lonesome. Lee Sin coming into the fray, doing a little bit of slowing power, and Vladimir still has to drop his ult. But unfortunately, with Tryndamere's ult down, they can't really engage this, and he does have that Blackfire Torch now, so that's going to be pretty huge. That increased CDR is going to be pretty big, and that's going to give him a lot more poke there damage with his that burn that the Blackfire Torch does allow. Amumu throwing out the bandage toss, unfortunately doesn't hit it, but there is the ults. Oh my gosh, so much damage, and they're just fighting it in that Rumble ult, but blue team manages to pick up 2 kills there because Tryndamere's ult was back up, and this Rumble is so dead. So dead. Triple kill, and this is where Vladimir is starting to show his strength here. That Blackfire Torch was huge for him. Getting that Blackfire Torch just allows him to ult so much more, allows him to Q so much more, it just allows him to use all the spells so much more, and Vladimir really does need CDR. And he's probably at, what, 28? 28 CDR, 24. So kudos to him that they have a little bit of a fighting chance here. And I guess the main reason why he's doing so much damage is Purple Team doesn't have any MR. Like, none. I see no MR here. Just health and armor. So let's see what all their 49, 50, 59. Like, Vladimir's probably doing true damage. How much spell? He's got 38 with 8%, so he's doing pretty close to true damage there with his abilities, which means, woof. That's a lot of damage. Lots of damage. But I wouldn't be surprised now if we see Vladimir go for that Woglets, and it looks like we're going to see a Vilemoth fight here. So we'll hide everything and hope to God it goes into this very soon. So it looks like Purple Team's just looking for that moment to engage, hoping that both their ults come back up, and it looks like this Lee Sin's a little bit out of position. Blue Team is split up, which is a little rough, but they want this fight to stay spread out and not in a Rumble's ult. And once again, another beautiful pool, but this Vladimir just gets destroyed, and that's bad. That's so bad, because Vladimir was kind of carrying there on these last couple team fights, and now 2 people are down, and this Lee Sin, just because he was so cut off, Purple Team is going to be able to take down this turret and this inhib. And taking down these inhibs is so very strong because the lanes push so hard when there's only that one Nexus turret. They just push so hard. And Lee Sin looks like he's trying to distract him a little bit, but down goes the inhib, and Purple Team might they might be able to push and take down this Nexus turret, and if they take that down, it's going to be very rough for Blue Team. I don't see any chance for them to come back from that. And this Tryndamere, look at him. These 2 ADs, they're feeding kind of hard. Won't deny it. 1 and 9, 2 and 8, that's pretty bad. And it looks like purple team's going to get the Vile Maw yet again. And that's bad. It's really bad. Blue team is just going to be in a world of pain here. Just provides so much sustain in that buff there. At least they don't have double shrines. If they had double shrines, then purple team would have a lot more pain. And it looks like blue team did attempt to surrender, but it looks like they managed to get away. Well, survive yet another day thanks to that one. So Amumu finally getting that Frozen Heart is going to provide him with a substantial amount of CDR. So let's see what he's at. 40% CDR with that, because Hextech also does provide 10%. So he's going to be ulting. Wow, he's got so much CDR. 20%, 10, 15. He's got 45% there with just his items. Little overcap. He probably shouldn't have gotten Boots of Lucidity. He should have either gotten Sork Boots or Merc Treads, even though they don't have a lot of CC. So I probably would have gone Sork Boots then, or Ninja Tabby. Ninja Tabby would have made him very, very tanky from this Tryndamere and the Lee Sin. And oh gosh, this engage. Tryndamere gets brought very low, but there's the triple kill, and this is going to be a push to the wind. I don't see blue team being able to come back up from this, because this is going to be the second inhib, and so even if purple team... No, they got a full 30 seconds. This game's over. So, it's really hard for me to find 3v3s. I try, like, whenever I see one, I try to commentate it whenever possible, but 3v3s, they're just not very popular amongst these high elo players. But hey, we got one here for you, and I hope you did enjoy it. And it looks like this game is coming to a close with the Meditating Yi to close it off. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. I kind of had fun. It was respectable. So thanks again for watching. If you like what you see, please let me know down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, favorite, subscribe. You know the drill. And I'd like to thank you one more time for watching this YouTube video, and we'll see you on the next one.